Hello everyone, this is Ryan here with another deck review for Hocus Pocus. Today we're going to be taking a look at the latest release from the Blue Crown, the Victorian Room, designed by Rudy Faber and finalized by Edu Heng. The artwork is based off the recovered journal of Ace Victoria, an early 20th century sleight of hand artist that reportedly traveled the world teaching his techniques. Buried among many of his secrets was a sketch for a custom deck of playing cards. The Blue Crown team restored this old design and applied some modern concepts to the tuck case, like foil stamping, interior printing, and a decorative cutaway, to give the cards a Victorian era feel and the tuck case some updated features to add to the collectability. Let's start off with a look at the box art. Before we get into the art on the tuck case, I want to mention the construction. The tuck material is thick and cut with a solid bottom and overlapping sides. This eliminates any hang-ups when returning the cards to the box and is familiar with most Taiwan printed decks with 54 cards. The 55 cards included in this deck make for a snug and secure fit. The tuck box art is one of my favorite features of this deck. The mostly maroon box is accented with red and gold stamped foil. The front of the box centers around a shiner, not a mirror, but a reflective surface used to peek at cards cleverly passed over the box. Red foil stamped filigree surrounds the shiner and fills the space nicely. Two roses near the bottom add detail and a floral element to the look. Victorian Room is stamped across the top and a nice gold accent with VR sits above that. A thin gold frame contains the entire design. The detail is not as refined as, say, a block cut print, but more in the style of a loose carving where breaks in the lines add character and feel. The back of the box is similar to the front, except in place of the shiner there is a cutaway to view the cards and the name of the deck is absent. The design matches the card back layout, but with foil in place of the colors and a cleaner border edge. The sides of the box are left blank as well as the top. The bottom lists information on the printer and location and is stamped in gold foil centered in a gold frame. The tuck flap has Ace Victoria and a top hat and wand stamped in foil. The interior is printed with a deep dry red with black scroll work throughout. The card backs center on a clock with a human face sun in the center. The grimace on his face is the same right side up and upside down, and rays extend in cardinal and intercardinal directions. A carved pedestal ties the clock face to the top and bottom, while scroll work in a three-dimensional style fills the sides. Four roses with hints of red and pink anchor the corners. What little background is visible is detailed with mahogany-colored wood grain pattern. The carved detail bleeds into the maroon edge border that ends clean against the thinner-than-standard white border. Hints of white help break up the mostly red hues and browns used in the color palette. The Roman numerals on the clock face make this a one-way design. The card faces are EPCC standard for the most part. The Ace of Spades is elaborately designed with three figures breaking earth, planting, and watering a fruit-bearing tree inside the spade. Two different branches of leaves rise from a VR stamped oval at the spade's base. Victorian Room and the Blue Crown are printed above and below. The other three aces feature a larger pip outlined in gold ink and encircled in a wreath of leaves of different trees. The number cards are traditional EPCC and pip layout and design. The font is familiar to the brand and resides closer to the edge, making them easier to read in tighter fans and spreads. The core cards are dressed in a color scheme to fit the card backs. Rich maroon reds and aged golds adorn the robes, headdress, and weaponry. The deck comes with two jokers. Both feature the same image of a top hat and wand with Ace Victoria in cursive writing. One is printed with black and gold ink, and one is printed with brown and gold. A bonus card, not usually included in the standard EPCC lineup, is a double backer of sorts. Both sides feature the same design as the card backs, but one side has a clock face with dials set to 226. The cards are printed by Expert Playing Card Company utilizing the Taipei factory. The cards closely resemble the feel of their other decks like Boardwalk Papers and even some Legends decks like Jet Setters. They are a bit firmer in feel than the Shin Lim deck I just reviewed. The finish provides a slippery, smooth glide that is a pleasure to work with once you get used to it. The cards measure out to 0.29 millimeters thick and weigh in at 1.876 grams each. The white border measures out to 3.18 millimeters. And as with all Taipei printed decks, the registry is close to perfect. The clean-cut edges are what we have all come to expect and aid in table and push-through shuffling. This deck feels like a good cross between a collector's shelf piece and an everyday performance deck. The elegant design does not scream custom, and the familiar quartz and easy-to-read indices play to the performance-oriented customer. The elaborate box front and back coupled with the clean sides and top make this deck unique and showcases the design, not the designer's information. Card flourishing with this deck will add a variety of color to your work, and if you like the firmer feel of EPCC decks, this won't disappoint. Card players will appreciate the lack of customized card faces, while still having the embellished aces to enjoy, especially when dealt a pair. The Victorian Room deck is a great example of the impressive work coming out of the more established designers like Edu and Alex of the Blue Crown team. With several successful decks under their belt, they have a good grasp on what to elaborate on and what to leave traditional for each new design. The Victorian room deck utilizes a wide variety of colors, a dimensional effect to the card backs, an eye-catching tuck box, and quality materials from EPCC to bring together a deck that works for both card handlers and collectors alike. So if you want to get your hands on this beautiful deck of cards, click your way over to hocus-pocus.com. While you're there, you could check out some trick reviews from Xeon and some cardistry tutorials from Luke. Thanks for watching.